You are looking at one of the most spectacular sites in the nation at this time of the year. This is Longwood Gardens in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, where they've been celebrating so-called green holidays for over half a century. Long before the rest of us became so environmentally conscientious, Longwood Gardens has been using nature at its best for decorating and gift giving. Today, we're going to learn some of their secrets. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Lynn Doyle. It's good to have you with us. Happy holidays. We have some ideas this week on how to make it a greener 2011 for all of us, starting right now as we prepare to clear away the holiday cheer. I want you to meet Carl Gersons. He's the conservatory horticulturist at Longwood Gardens in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, and he's joining us next this hour with some great ideas for reusing some of those things that you might have in the house right now from decorating for the holidays. Good to have you with us.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Okay, so let's say that it's on our list of things to do in 2011 to become greener. How do we go about it? Can we start right now?
Absolutely, because it's time to celebrate the new year. We are going to throw a party about sustainability. First thing we do in our home is use recyclable materials. This is nothing more than wrapping paper, and it's completely recyclable. On the back there it says 100% recyclable gift wrap.
Okay.
So just by starting with our recyclable materials, we're already making a great start for the new year.
All right, now a lot of times at this time of the year you find those great sales. So maybe you hadn't been using the recyclable paper this year, but now's a good time to go out there and buy it and say, okay, it's going to be my #1 priority. I'll have it all ready next year, and find a bargain in the meantime.
That's exactly right. Always turn it over and make sure. So what we've done here, we made a little craft, little banners for New Year's, made out of gift wrap. This happens to be recyclable, but if it's not, you can certainly enjoy it for at least one more season, the new year. Children, grandchildren love doing that.
I was just going to say, my grandsons would absolutely have a ball with this kind of thing.
So much fun doing that. Again, getting the family involved in the garden. At Longwood Gardens, we have a great children's garden. We have lots of crafts we're doing with children. Our wildlife tree, which is one of our holiday wonderful trees, 18 feet tall. Look at these wonderful ornaments that we have on those trees.
Okay, well, let's see if I can guess what some of them are out here. This looks like it's the cinnamon stick, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, and this is just like a dried...
That's actually a dried papaya.
Papaya? I was going to say lime. Look, I've had a few limes like that in my refrigerator from time to time. And then what are these?
The little white things are wheat.
Wheat, okay.
And underneath that is millet.
Wow.
So the birds actually enjoy the wheat and the millet, and they'll actually pluck on all the other things as well. But you can change these up and put in all types of other things. The blue flower in the middle is actually echinops, and these are all wonderful things that, again, you can make with your family, hang outdoors after the holidays are over, and enjoy the birds coming to your windows.
That's a great idea. Okay. Now, what if you're not really gifted when it comes to craft? I mean, it seems like that's beautiful and end result, but is it really difficult to do?
Not at all. In fact, the easiest thing you can do is actually start with a half of a coconut. So what we've done, cut that in half. We certainly put a hole on the bottom, and all we have to do is fill that with some bird food, and then the bird food can then be used as a bird feeder.
Okay.
How easy is that? Smaller children, if they're not cutting that in half, stringing together things like peanuts, raisins, dried fruit.
Yeah.
You could actually eat this yourself. It's so good. But the birds and the squirrels are going to go crazy over it.
Don't tempt me. I'm very hungry. It's looking very good to me right now.
If you go in your backyard, look at this huge acorn. This is off of a bur oak, probably one of the largest acorns you can get.
Okay.
And we actually filled it with suet and then put in some sunflower seeds.
Oh, you are just too clever. I can't believe it. Look at that.
So easy.
These are not only ornaments that you could use at Christmas time, but then you could put that out and literally have it out there all winter long.
All season long. The wildlife will love these things. You can keep refilling this with the suet. You can keep refilling your bird feeders with other types of food. Old Christmas ornaments. Here we had a little star Christmas ornament that was on the tree. Well, once we took the tree down, we just glued some wheat to the sides, and now again we have another ornament that we can put outdoors for the entire winter for the wildlife.
Do you have any suggestions for all those wonderful Christmas cards that we get every year?
Absolutely, there's no doubt about it.
I feel like I have just thrown bags and bags and bags of those away, and I hate it, but I save them for the longest time, and then like years later, I'm like, what am I doing with them? You
Years
know?
later, I love to read them. In fact,
yeah,
this year
too,
I reread them and we made a wish tree. All the wishes for sustainability for the new year.
Oh, cool. So that's what this is. I was wondering what this was. Let me see. So you've taken cards here and then put suggestions on how to be
sustainable for the new year. So I'm going to plant native plants in my garden for next year. I'm only going to buy plastic containers that can be recycled. Of course, I'm going to change all the light bulbs out in my home to compact fluorescents. All these things are small things.
Recycle all paper and plastic.
Turn your thermostat down by 3 degrees in the winter.
Oh, do I have to do that one? Couldn't I make a sacrifice someplace else?
A beautiful new scarf that you can wear.
This is absolutely great. Now, how did you put all of this together? This is using the old Christmas cards, but what's it on here?
Absolutely. So I went out to the garden and I harvested a branch. As we said, branches need to be pruned sometimes. Winter is a great time. Sprinkle some glitter on there. Have a nice heavy vase with some wonderful ornaments that can adorn the room that it's in. And there you have a wish tree that each person can add their own wish or get an idea for what they can do for the coming year.
Oh, that's just too clever. Seriously. I mean, now that you've said it, it's so simple, but I never would have thought of it myself.
It's a daily reminder for you.
For suggesting that. Now, I see you have something here, too, that are little Christmas trees.
Not necessarily Christmas trees, but they're trees for the future. And that reminds us that, all this paper comes from a tree. So rather than throw this paper away, what we've done is we've cut lots of little squares of paper, put a little hole in the middle, and what it's a dowel, or it could even be a pencil. You just push those down on there. It reminds us to think about how much paper we're using, what we're doing with our paper, to always recycle it when we're done, and we can enjoy this for several more weeks.
Is this something that you guys consciously try to promote when visitors come through? Because even though this is the most spectacular time to be at Longwood Gardens, it's also stunning in the spring with the tulips and the summer flowers. Really, the fall with the mums. I mean, I can't say it's ever not beautiful. But is it a goal of yours throughout the seasons to try to promote sustainability and recycling and that kind of thing?
We promote sustainability by living it each and every day of the year. Longwood really has 5 seasons, our Christmas season being the 5th, and each season we always have something sustainable that people can get an idea just from our large garden that you can take home to your smaller garden.
Are people adopting it? Are they buying into
Absolutely,
it, so to speak?
And it's the kids. The kids start it because when they come to Longwood with their school groups, they see the things we're doing, they go back home, they tell their mom, their grandparent, who will then come back to Longwood, and then the whole cycle starts again.
What happens if people don't start to make changes?
It's really going to be scary if we don't all make a little bit of an impact because our resources are so limited. Water usage, for sure. We already know that California has water restrictions. We've heard that most recently in Atlanta, Washington, D.C., we really need to watch how much water we're using, how much energy we're using. All these things are so important.
Now I'm looking at these beautiful scenes there, and I'm thinking about the water and how much it must take to keep all of those plants alive, because obviously that's something that they need to thrive. What can we do when it comes to our water usage, and how do you incorporate that into taking care of all of those many plants?
Well, at Longwood Gardens, we recycle everything, every drop of water, every leaf that falls off the tree. So no water is wasted. When the toilet is flushed, we send that to our treatment plant and it goes back into the garden. In your own home, you can put a plastic bottle in your tank that reduces the amount of volume each time you flush. So everything you do at your own home, you can recycle.
Okay, a plastic bottle in my toilet. Okay.
Who knew?
Note to self. Okay. Well, I want to invite you guys, if you have suggestions on how to be sustainable, or if you're living a greener life and you want to share those with us, please email me directly at lynn@lynndoyle.net. You can also find me on Facebook, MySpace, and YouTube. If you're ready for a greener new year and you need some suggestions, we can share those with you. They'll be on my website as well. When we come back, more ideas on how you can make 2011 a greener year, thus making it better for you, our community, and Mother Earth.